Micah Frankel, CageMinds.com. Fit NHB, Tim Sosa, King of the Cage, Cutting Edge, April 25th, Cascada Hotel, co-main event. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Big spot, getting notoriety again. How's the foot?
Foot's good. Foot's good. Yeah, I feel great. Great mentally, great physically. Just ready to do this.
Last time out, a 3-round war, and you broke your foot at the beginning of that, right?
Yeah, he bent my foot in half with like an Achilles lock. An Achilles lock is on the Achilles, obviously, but like his limbs were just so, smaller. He's only like 5'2" or 5'3". It's just all foot, and it just bent it in half. So that wasn't fun.
Tell us about recovery then.
It was a lot of my birthday's right after I got an Xbox. So it was a lot of just resting at home, playing Xbox One. Got old real quick though, and then I just came, slowly working my way back in, and just started boxing, then wrestling, and kicking eventually. So just,
How much sooner were you back in the gym than the doctor wanted?
Like I made sure to give it like 3 or 4 weeks, just so that way I don't like when I separated my shoulders, I came back too soon and I just kept like re-hurting them. So I didn't want that to happen this time. So so about the recommended time.
So how's the foot been feeling now with this camp?
Good. It has weird bump in it, but it doesn't bother me so yeah, it's good.
Weird bump in it, so you're just like, another one of the tokens of fighting.
It looks like the top of my foot has an arch, so.
So is it anything like wearing shoes? Is it uncomfortable now or anything?
No, just a little bit easier laces on it, but it's not like a crazy ass like camel pump or anything. It's just I can tell, other people can't tell.
And then you were in the fight. You were fighting with a broken foot. How, at the time with the adrenaline, annoying just was it having that, but mentally you still were in there, but physically you're like, damn, it's not doing what I thought.
I never, honestly, what I was really thinking of is just like, man, I got to get up off my butt and get my back off this cage. I was hiding it really well. I was just real doped up off the adrenaline. Like immediately going into my corner after the first round, I was like, my foot's broke, and they're like, well, are you good? And I was like, yeah. And I was in it, and then I actually thought I could, there's an opportunity for me to knock him out in the second, and I had this image of like all the greats, like Rich Franklin knocked out Chuck Liddell with his broken hand. I don't know who else has done that, but that's what popped in my head, so I threw it as a head kick, and he blocked it, and oh my gosh, that was a bad idea. Like, I didn't knock him out, he blocked it, and I was like, oh, like there's no hiding it. From then he just rushed me, man, and he kept throwing leg kicks after that, and I checked every single one, and it kept sliding down and catching my foot. And after that, like I remember thinking every time he threw it, I was like, asshole. And then he kept stomping on it, but I think he got confused because he stopped, or he felt bad because he stopped after a while. And then I was good. They helped carry me out of the cage. I went all 3 rounds. By the end of the fight, my foot was like a pillow, and they were taking me to the back. And as soon as I got to the back, all the adrenaline wore off, and I was in like so much pain. I was like squealing, and I was like, just take me to the hospital. I want some something to help me out here. So.
And then what was the hospital trip like? How bad is El Paso, Cesaro hospitals?
The ambulance dude, he was cool. Like he kind of knew I was in some pain, and like even though I kept hitting bumps, every time I hit a bump, it would just in the road. It was agonizing. Like even when we weren't, it would just come on in waves and throb, and like I was biting my hand. I was trying to like bite on my mouth. Like I took my mouth guard, and then actually once I got to the medical center, my care was not the best I've had. Just put it nicely. So
forget the care about the injury. Out of the things you've sustained, we know about the shoulder. Other things, you've had a lengthy fight career. Where does the foot rack on Oh my God, this hurts level.
That is, as far as injuries fighting, this is the only injury I've suffered while fighting. I don't, it's been a while since I separated my shoulder. I separated both of them. They're more like a pop, and then there's just bad pain. But yeah, the foot after the fight was definitely the most memorable pain I've had. So that sucked.
You got a tough guy in front of you, Jordan Hernandez. What are you coming out to do in this fight?
Just coming out looking to right the wrong. You know, just get the W, get kind of show. Just kind of show me. Just that's what people want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm capable of, and that's what I'm gonna do. So.
Took a fight with a shoulder injury, had a bad decision. Now you broke your foot. How hard has it been to get momentum and sustain it so far through your pro run?
Man, it's I just keep having I don't get discouraged. Like I know how good I am, and if people doubt me, like it's because they don't know. But I don't really care what they think. So that's why I don't get discouraged. But it's just I keep I keep having like these just divine acts of intervention. Like separated my shoulder a week before my debut. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I had like the worst week ever, so I didn't even like want to show up. I just kind of wanted to take a nap, not because I was scared. It's just like, man, can't get in fight mode. Had my name mixed up with my opponent. This fight was, not. It was a fight, man. We scrapped. Chewy won, fair and square. He did his thing, and I fought my ass off. So this one, like the other two, it was just like, man, how could this stuff happen to me? I felt like a victim. But this one, it was. I hate losing. It's not like it was easy to swallow, but it was easier to accept because it was like a real loss where I fought my ass off and I didn't come out on top. Like I did not think about quitting one second of that fight. So I was proud of myself. I gave it my all, and just sometimes you don't get the W, and that's honestly what it came down to. The foot, wasn't a factor really. It was just like more of something that crazy that happened. So as far as back to your original question, yeah, it just seems hard to get momentum going, but it will happen.
What'd you learn from that loss?
Honestly, with the biggest thing I learned is if the dude's short and his hips are already under mine, so I gotta go even lower and get my hips under his. So. And then just some other things I wanted to work on, but that's really what I learned.
And what were you able to take away from fighting through the adversity, lasting God knows how many minutes with a broken foot and still throwing it?
I didn't learn anything.
Just about yourself.
I didn't learn anything. And what I mean by that is I already knew I'm not gonna quit. I'm like, who knows what you're gonna have to do to get me out of there. I think it's just other people in that, and other people saw that. But like not to sound cocky or conceited or anything, but I didn't learn anything. I knew that about myself, and my coaches and my teammates knew that about me. But now I think other people get to see that.
So what are you hoping to show the fans in this fight?
Cool stuff. I had some stuff I wanted to work on. I feel like I worked on it. I'm just always improving, and even though I lost that last fight, I still showed a lot of improvement. So honestly, all I'm hoping to do is just show something cool, that how I knew I'm tough, and I showed that to other people last fight. Like, I know how good I am. I know my coaches and my teammates know how good I am. So that's what I'm looking to show.
In total, how long have you been around here at Fit4?
I think like 2008.
It's been like 7 years. You've been in the MMA game, been a fan, been a competitor for a long time. So for you, what's it been like watching the upper leagues and watching all these failed drug tests, all these missed weights at the weigh-ins, a lot of unprofessionalism and a lot of abomination at the upper levels of fighting, be that MMA or boxing lately? What are your feelings as somebody who's been so close in the sport?
Well, first of all, Anderson Silva gets a pass from me because he can do whatever he wants. He's the greatest of all time. I'm just kidding, but
I'm gonna blame you if you weren't.
That was my hero, and it was just heartbreaking to see that. But yeah, I've been around. I know some, obviously from personal experience, sometimes just crazy things happen. Also, another thing is maybe people that have been around for a while, like they get kind of set in their ways and they're unwilling to try new things or like even better ways. So like I remember early for me, like diet, like I would diet more like a bodybuilder, and it was just suffering and so it's just any number of things, man. Just sometimes not at the upper levels. It's not so much unprofessionalism. It's just, you know, stuff happens, man. Whether it's things going on in their life or you know what. And the PEDs, man. Man, like I try and be as like natural in my supplements as possible. Like I take very little. I mean, obviously, I feel like you'd be able to tell if I was on PEDs because I'd be like ripped abs, which I've never had, and I'm a 25er. I just think maybe people are trying to keep up with, like they're like, oh man, this guy's on PEDs, and now I gotta get on PEDs. I don't know if that's the case. That's just kind of what pops in my head, like what I can imagine. I don't use them, so I couldn't tell you like what's in people's mindsets.
Well, I had been asked that on the regional level, and I just thought I didn't think it'd be a regional problem because no one has that kind of money on the regional level to waste on drugs. Most of you guys are paying rent and trying to eat and get gas money.
Yeah.
So do you think you've ever fought anybody that may have been on performance enhancers, or again, it's more that we're all broke at this level?
I might have. I remember the first time I fought at 130, like I showed up and the dude was just, I kept telling everyone he had more muscles than an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. And dude, the dude was just that inverted pyramid, just like 3% body fat. And I was like, what do you like normally weigh at like after the fight? And he's just like, I only walk around like 132. So this is just me, like how did this guy get this? Like I have honestly no reason. It's just his physique and for how light he is. He seemed like a really kind of tiny dude that just roided it to just put on some size. I can't, this is just
hearsay.
Speculation. He could just have won the genetic lottery. I don't know, man. So that's like the closest maybe possibility that I could have came.
I'll put you through a lot, and we know you got a fight coming up. Who you want to shout out to? Who you want to thank?
Man, Shooter gave me like time to read off my sponsors, but I want to thank Amalis F. Armio in Las Lunas. I want to thank Dwayne Davis, who's opening up his new strength and conditioning. My coaches, all my sponsors, guys. I'm sorry, I can't think of you all, but my teammates, my coaches. Thank you for having me.
April 25th, Cascado Hotel. Thank you for the time, sir.
Thank you.